video has been a long time coming. About a little over a year ago, I started the Embrace Your Inner Goddess series, which basically, due to lack of time, commitment for videos, and all that, became just only one portion of what I wanted it to be, which was deconstructing what Christianity and the patriarchy has created an image or reputation of particular goddesses of. And I didn't even get to do as many as I'd like. And that's partly due to being a single full-time mother, as well as being a full-time master's in counseling student, as well as running my business, which many of you have been supportive of, and either get readings from me or get products or get custom products from me. So thank you for that. So I haven't really gotten to do what I wanted. And also the main reason why I've kind of stuck with being so based on like facts and like focusing on like empath stuff and focusing on other things and whatever is also due to depression, and that's a big part of what I'm about to talk about. So this video is entitled Feminism, Witchcraft, and Me. And here's the deal. This channel's going to change a little bit. The Embrace Your Inner Goddess series is going to be a main focus for a while. I'll eventually get back to my empath stuff, since that's really where I derive from, and I'll talk about like astrology, I'll talk about all that other stuff, I'll talk about stuff like the last video about like, is Odin really Santa? I'll talk about that kind of stuff, but for a while I really want to get back to my roots, and this is the reason why. So up until 3 years ago, I was an organizer. I had a feminist radio show, I led organizations in the student realm, in the community realm. I also was active in other ones, and then I got pregnant, was in some sticky situations with men, and a lot of stuff happened, so I ended up moving back to a place I never wanted to move back to, which is, it's a city, but it's a smaller city, and I miss Milwaukee every day. I miss the organizing every day. I miss that world every day. But there was a down part to that. Not for the whole time I was organizing, but for a little chunk, I'd say about like 8 months of it, and that would probably be the height of my time organizing, because I put all my efforts and every energy into maintaining a 4.0 as a women's studies undergrad. That was just my major. Whatever. And also being part of all these organizations, and I burned myself out, and people constantly were warning me I was going to burn myself out. But during that time, I kind of lost touch with my spiritual side, me being a witch. At the time, I still called myself a Wiccan, because that was what I was before I got really involved. Like, I've always been involved in politics, and I was always involved in paganism. Those were both like the two main things in my world, besides like poetry and music and stuff like that. But like, those were my two big things. And whenever I would do one full-heartedly without the other, I didn't feel full, and I'd get into a deep depression. I already have said that I have PTSD and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I have to be careful and in check on that. And that's what makes me a great life coach. That's what makes me great on the empath stuff. That's what makes me a great healer and hedge witch and all of that, is because of the experiences and the life struggles that I've gone through. But it's also what made me a great activist, and different than a lot of people that were involved at the time that I was involved. With that said, I felt like something was missing during that time, and when I met the person I ended up becoming engaged to at some point, they really got me involved back into my spirituality. And during that time, because of a lot of stuff that we went through personally that I'm not going to get into, I couldn't do school to the same extent as well as organize, so I kind of fell out of the organizing, and we were making music and all this other stuff, which is besides the story. But I still was getting myself back, reclaiming my witchhood, my womanhood. At the same time, I was going through a lot of personal struggles. Now I've gotten to a point where I live in a smaller city. There's no outlets for organizing, and the environment around here is very pro-Trump, very whatever, and the people that are like me aren't active, and I guess we're all kind of in that mindset that there's not, a group of us coming together. I mean, I could very well go and try and connect us all together and try and start a movement, since I have led and started groups before. But, now with being a single mother on top of that, it would be really hard. So I get these thoughts and flashes back to living in Milwaukee and how much I wish I could be part of that again, and how I miss everybody, and how many people that I've lost touch with in just such a short time. Now, back to the Embrace the Inner Goddess series. So, I'm not going to be cutting out videos like the, is Odin Santa Claus, or the empath videos, or any of the other stuff that I do. But I'm going to be putting more effort into the Embrace the Inner Goddess series. And it's not going to be just dismantling these stereotypes that have been put on certain very powerful goddesses that can help us reclaim ourselves. And I also want to know that and I guess because I am a feminist, and more than just a feminist, I'm extreme in everything, that I need to make this disclaimer. I'm not a TERF at all. I'm genderqueer, I'm pansexual, and I'm an intersectional feminist. And I was an intersectional feminist when it still was becoming something like where it was just starting to really be talked about, and it kind of caused some problems with some feminists, because a lot of feminists wanted like women only spaces, and that did not include trans women, which always bothered me, and people like myself who physically are okay with being a woman, but I don't believe the binary. It's a whole different story. That's for something else. That's something different. What I'm trying to do is trying to put the two together. I mean, I've read books, I see stuff all the time about feminism and witchcraft. I mean, it's no secret that the two are somewhat connected. And that doesn't go for everyone that is involved in either feminism or witchcraft. They are not necessarily combined, but they can very easily be conjoined. So that is somewhat the future of this channel. Again, it's not the whole future. It's just going to be a little bigger portion, at least for in the beginning of the new year, to help heal myself. And that's somewhat selfish, but people always tell me that I'm too selfless and I need to start doing things for myself. And I'm trying to do that, and that's part of my re-empowerment. So if you're up for it, come take a journey with me. We'll reclaim the word witch, we'll reclaim the word feminist, and not see either word as a dirty word. What does the future hold on this topic? As of right now, I'm going to continue goddess things, but I'm also already have planned a video just on the Empress card and the symbolism of what that means for like women and Mother Earth and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to do a book review video that I think is going to really help get me back into the swing of things, because this book, pretty much when I read it, reminded me of everything I was already thinking in my head that I really wanted to do for this channel. And I think it will help the transition, and it will help me kind of put the words in my mouth correctly and tie everything that I've been doing on this channel together. I also have it'll be a couple videos, because obviously otherwise it'll be like 30 minutes long. I'm also not editing this one. This one's just long, just me talk. But the one that will probably be like a few different videos is Witchcraft the new feminism, or is it the original feminism? And don't start the hate now, because I know I'm going to be getting hate eventually, and I'm totally prepared for that. It's just been a while since I confronted that. And I think that's another thing too, is that I have not been fully empowering myself. I have been helping so many people with the work that I do. And as a counseling student, you know, you have to do that kind of stuff too. So I've been doing so much focusing on other people, and that's been kind of my life. I've always put others first, whether that made me look bad or not. Like, I would take the fault. Like, there are some stories from when I was an organizer where people to this day will still say that I was a horrible person, but it was me trying to do what was best for the people that I was representing and who were not happy. And I was happy with what we were doing, but I had to be the bad one, and I did some, my bitchy side came out, and I'm not proud of it, but that's like 5 years ago, and it's done and over with. But the reason I bring that up is because, again, I get way too selfless, and it's time for me to do what I feel like is best for me and the direction of my channel. If that means you're not going to be a supporter of my channel or a supporter of my products, then so be it. But I have to stay true to myself, just as all of y'all have to stay true to yourself. I'm not going to be doing some feminist agenda where it's just going to be pure feminist SJW videos. No, it's going to be still in the Embrace Your Inner Goddess realm. It's just going to also talk about history and the persecution of women, the persecution of pagans. And again, like I said, the book review that I'm going to be doing soon will definitely help give you the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of my history so you understood a little bit of why all of a sudden this might be a little different. I'm just going to leave with this. There are two terms that women have really had a hard time kind of being open and honest about, and had to hide throughout some point in history. And those are witch or sorceress, whatever it was at that time period, and feminist. I know so many people that will talk about women empowerment. A lot of these feminist witch books will say women empowerment, and I even remember being a women's studies student before it became my major, and hearing these strong women not want to use the word feminist, whether it be because of negative connotations in general or because of the history with in the past with it being like more of upper middle class white women, which I may present as white because I'm half and then half native, but and I'm not upper middle class. I'm very poor. But I feel like feminism, there's so many strains, and now with intersectionalism, that should no longer be a dirty word for those people. And the people that are for women's equality and stuff, stop running away because some fucking dickheads, edgelords, want to make it seem like such a bad word, and start calling yourself egalitarians, and then saying, well, I'm really like what feminism used to be. I'm okay with second wave feminism. If you knew the stuff that really happened in second wave feminism, some of the crazy shit that makes the stuff happening now look weak. Oh my god, I wish I still had my old laptop from when I was in college, because I like lived in the archives at my old college, and I went through all these like various like old newspapers and crap, and there was witchcraft involved with the feminism in those images then too, and the goddess symbolism and all that, obviously. I mean, the symbol is Venus, right? But it's funny because people said this same thing back in the second wave. Like, oh, I was okay with the suffragists, but so, and then with witch, you know, having to hide that you believe a certain thing because of the persecution and the uprise of Christianity and all of that. So, yeah, that will be a few videos in itself to really go over, and I have to get my thoughts together because right now I just finished a semester where I did double full-time in grad school while also being a full-time mom and doing my business, and then trying to do videos as much as possible in which I do research and I try and make sure I have facts. And so I've been kind of burnt out again, so I'm trying to do what's best and do self-care. And yeah, sorry for this long just vlog thing. I know I'm just an itty-bitty tiny channel, but right now it is just an itty-bitty channel, and it's was to help other people originally, and now it's going to be to help me and other people. And that's it. And there's my familiar. I hope I made sense because I did ramble, and I'm not going to go rewatch this video before I post it. I'm just going to post it and see what happens. I actually have a tarot reading to get to, so. I love you all, and thank you for listening, if you did, and thank you for your support. My links are below. Please check out my shop. I do any kind of custom orders. I make spell kits as well. What's on Etsy is only my popular items that people ask for the most, and then they'll be put up there, or jewelry. Tarot readings, you can email me at the email below or message my Facebook page. So that's all. I love you all. Blessed be, and I look forward to our journey together in the future. Okay.